Welcome back to the channel. This is JC Audits here. This is a special report. It's rather hearsay and rumour. It's not actual fact, okay? It's a bit like, you know, the audit I did on the prison. So don't trust what I said as gospel, okay? It's just one person chatting, okay? And that's not been me. It's an ex-employee of a company, accommodation company that does a lot of housing maintenance, facilities management, essentially a huge landlord. They've been going for 4 years, odd or more, around the Liverpool, St Helens, maybe even into Warrington. The company is called Torus. Now Torus sounds a bit like Horus, doesn't it? Horus is, I think it's the Egyptian god of death, and you're gonna correct me if I'm wrong. So as you can see, they have a bit of spare money washing around, which is why they're building stuff, okay? And it looks like that's great, isn't it? House builders, it's what we all want, isn't it? Absolutely. And you'd hope that they are an ethical housing provider and that they care about safety of their employees, and they use good practices as well. And look, Torus Security Group and Torus, very funny. So I don't know. That's pointed inwards. Live CCTV detection. Homes England, always a good sign to see, generally speaking, with funding, central funding. So you would hope that they're ethical in all respects, that they've got good management structure and good employees working for them. Okay, so that it looks after people like this, whether he's an employee or perhaps one of the residents. Affordable rent for the over 55s, which is why that bloke's on there. And of course it's a nice quiet residential area, and you can check my audit out for, it's going to be called The Search for Water, which is only set nearby. So they're good up with CCTV, they don't have any theft from sites. My question is, oh look at that Z3 there. Let's take a picture of that. Z3. I think that's the Mark 1. Anyway, Torus. So Torus, look, there's a medical centre I think nearby. Torus are, I think, work together hand in hand with HMS. HMS used to be a separate company, and I think they merged about 12 years ago. And they operate a fleet of vehicles which, you know, go back and forth from places like Liverpool, St Helens. You probably see the Torus and the HMS vehicles. They all fitted with GPS, active tracking, so you know, the fleet manager's in charge of that, you know, making sure that people obey the speed limits, etc. Well, word on the street is the drivers are allowed to do 40 on a 30. They're just allowed, that's just a benchmark, you know, that's the norm. They do get a bit twitchy if you start doing 80 and a 40, okay? But the thing is, what they don't do, they don't regularly have appraisals of staff using the data that they collect. So, and I'm not just blaming Torus on this. Lots of companies do. He gave me a wave, bless him. Lots of companies do basically fleet management with GPS. and Torus wouldn't be the only ones to use them. But all I'm just pointing out is that they may not do these staff appraisals of any speeding infractions. They have the data, they have the evidence, but they don't act on it. And certainly what they do is they actually either don't do it at all, they don't appraise the staff, they let them break the law in terms of speed and don't regularly check up on them and have management meetings with them. They just let the drivers do what they want. And if you want to see any evidence of that, and if you're interested in road safety, and if you want to contact ROSPA on my behalf, or if you want to collect your own evidence, just go into Liverpool, go into St Helens, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Look for HMS vans, look for Torus vans, and just observe their speed in a 30 zone. And we're talking 40 as the norm. I'm not saying they're the only ones. Don't get me wrong that I'm picking on them, but I know this through word of mouth that this is the case. And all I'm asking is that if you're getting that data on your employees, is that you actually do something about it. You have either regular appraisals, or you rip the systems out and just trust the UK police to deal with these infractions. Because what's the point in collecting data if you don't actually use the data in an efficient manner? For example, as a suggestion, fleet managers asking managers to check the data every week on their drivers. Just a quick check through them and just see who's the worst offenders, and then just take it from there. All right, that's my suggestion. Whether you take that on board or not, fleet managers especially, is up to you. Okay.